Think about it for a second. What is missing from your life right now for you to be completely happy? A new car, a salary raise, the perfect relationship? But be honest, the last time you got something you really wanted, how long did the happiness actually last? One day of joy, a week, a month? And then the emptiness came back and you started wanting something else again. This is not your fault and it's not a sign of weakness. This is a genetic trap that evolution has been setting for us for millions of years. Our brain is not designed for happiness, it is designed for survival. In the Stone Age, our ancestor who was always dissatisfied, always searching for food, a better cave, or a better partner, had a massive advantage. Their brain constantly produced dopamine, the hormone of anticipation, not for what they got, but for what they were about to get. A content and relaxed caveman simply wouldn't have noticed the saber-toothed tiger. They would have been the first to be eaten. Evolution hardwired this mechanism into us. Wanting is far more beneficial than having. Achieving a goal only gave a short burst of pleasure, just enough to catch your breath and immediately set a new goal. This ancient mechanism now controls you from the inside, but today it works against you. In the last 100 years, we have created a world of incredible comfort and abundance. You don't need to chase a mammoth. Food is in the fridge. You don't need to find a cave. You have an apartment. But your ancient brain doesn't understand this. It thinks you are still in the savannah. So it constantly screams at you, you are in danger, you are starving, you are not cool enough, do something, buy this, achieve that. Modern marketing and social media are the perfect tools to hack this ancient mechanism. Advertising shows you a picture of the perfect life, and your brain gets a powerful dopamine hit just from the anticipation. Buy this watch and people will respect you. You buy the watch, the dopamine fades, and the next day you see an ad for a car and the cycle starts all over again. This is called the hedonic treadmill. You run faster and faster, but you stay in the same place. Scientists call this the paradox of happiness. When the standard of living rises, the subjective level of happiness barely changes. Today we live better than the kings of Louis XIV, who didn't have central heating or toothpaste. But the King of France didn't compare himself to the King of England every single day through a smartphone. But we do compare, and we always lose. Because on social media, we don't see the real lives of others. We see their dopamine peaks, the edited moments of victory. Comparing our ordinary reality to their perfect highlights makes us feel like losers. Our ancient brain interprets this as a deadly threat to our social status, and it starts to panic. The scariest paradox is that the moment you achieve a goal, your brain stops producing dopamine in large amounts. You pass the exam, get a promotion, marry the person of your dreams, and you feel emptiness. At that moment, your brain tells you, great, now run to the next mountain. This is called the achievement syndrome. A person lives an entire life, gets everything they ever dreamed of, but never becomes happy. The philosopher Seneca wrote about this 2,000 years ago. It is not that we have little, but that we want much. But how do you escape this trap if it is wired into your biology? The first step is simply to realize this. Stop blaming yourself for your eternal dissatisfaction. Understand that this anxiety and this desire for more is just noise from the old software of your brain. The second step is to shift your focus from having to being. Enjoy not the final result, but the process itself. Take pleasure in the climb, not just in reaching the summit. The brain finds it harder to get used to a process. A process is always unique, but you get used to a result in just 3 days. The third step is to stop comparing yourself to others. Compare yourself to yourself from yesterday. This is the only honest competition in this world. You're not a defective model. You're simply a human being trying to be happy in a world that evolution did not foresee. Your desire for something more will never completely disappear. It is your engine. But if you learn to understand its nature and stop letting this desire control you, you will make a giant step toward true peace. The paradox is that happiness can only be found when you stop chasing it. The moment you stop dreaming about someday and start living in the now, the mechanism breaks, because now is the only time in which happiness is even possible. Your brain will resist. It will whisper, think about the future, worry. But now you know who is speaking, and you have the right to simply say to it, quiet, I am here, I am good. Perhaps happiness is not a destination on a map you need to arrive at. Perhaps it is simply the way you travel.